Hello. I think we're working. I think the sound's good. So we're back for session 3 of Together Among the Stars. Um, yeah, so I'm Rick. I'm normally the game master for Hammer the Gods, but Artemis and Affy have asked me to come here and put my face on their stream weekly, so here I am. Hello. And Sophia, do you want to tell the world who you are?
Hey folks, I'm DM Sophia. I DM A Song of Crystal and Shadow on Thursday nights. We just had our session 1 this week. Still also here at the Vactaire, and I'm here for my second go with as Ranger and Esther with Rick.
Yeah. Second time in this system, first time on the Vactaire. So, all right. We do have a few announcements, and I'm going to be super professional and just look at them the whole time because I don't remember anything because ADHD. So, first is our sponsor for today is Canadian Dice. So you can go to canadiandice.ca and use the code TheVactaire, all one word, for 10% off your order. And Maggie's Dice Pick of the Week is the Irish Spring dice set. It's a mix of green and white with a nice Irish theme to it. Totally not related to any kind of soap, body wash, nothing like that. Next up is the merch store, the new merch store for the Vactaire at society6.com/VactaireTTV. You can get excellent designs like the Half Orc Energy and the Vac Blob, which I totally need to get because I just have the old Vactaire merch. Slacking. And
I just ordered myself a new Vactaire backpack of Society 6 and got like $15 off of it. So
nice. That's awesome.
Ready for Gary Con.
Heck yeah. All right, and our last announcement is the busy week that we have ahead of us. So tomorrow, Sunday, Artemis and Affy will be on DM Jeremy's channel at 7:30, and then they're back here Monday at 8:30 for Mistwalkers. Tuesday, you can find Artemis and Affy over on my channel at HamPod here on Twitch, and that looks like that's it. So, you ready to get started?
I'm ready.
Cool. All right. Oh, don't worry, Artemis. I've still got my old school Vactaire logo shirt. I just need to hopefully get some more before GaryCon. I don't know if that's physically possible, but we'll find out.
If Society 6 had beanie hats, I'd also have gotten a beanie hat just for the record. But
oh, do they not?
No, I didn't see one. And unfortunately, I'm very plus size, so the shirts don't fit me. So the backpack was my best option. Besides, I need a new backpack after moving. So
That's fair. That's fair. Yeah, if they don't have beanies, then I say we riot. That's the only option, really.
Riot. Yes.
All right. So, Sophia, if you would do me a favor and roll our first 6-sided die to determine how many cards we're going to draw for this first planet.
We are going to draw 4 cards for this first planet. I've rolled a 4 at least.
Yeah. Yep. That's how that works. And for the viewers, I forgot to bring my cards because I'm super professional. So I will probably lose track of how many cards we've done, but it's fine. Everything's fine. Yeah. Let me see. If you would roll for me, since I also didn't bring dice. Totally on top of it. On time, just don't have the stuff.
How many this time? Was it 2d6 for?
Nope, just 1d6. Nope.
Just a 1, and this time I got a 5.
Okay, so 5 is a thing. Of course, 5 is the night crew standard. We spot as we're resting. Yep, again, thanks, Mom Artemis. So our first card, and I need to zoom this because I don't even have bad eyesight, and holy crap, it's very tiny. Okay. Whoa, too much. So we got the Jack of Spades, which jacks are something. Now we'll start with spades. Spades are natural phenomena. Huge crystal formations, mirages, vividly colored lightning, strange clouds, rocks eroded into strange shapes, veins of precious metals, etc. And Jack is in a desert. So, since this was my role, I'll give the initial description, and then I'll have you roll for the further exploration here in a second. So
Mhm.
I think in this desert we do see this enormous crystal formation, um, sort of like a deep valley in the sand dunes, and there's just this massive 200-foot tall crystal structure. And I'll have you roll your 1d6, and we'll determine what happens for the further investigation.
And that'd be a 4.
Cool. You get to add a detail that you notice about this feature.
The detail that I notice about the crystal formations is that they tend to absorb sunlight. They look to be kind of composed of an obsidian-like
Oh,
structure, I'd say.
okay. I like that. So yeah, what do you say to Beckett whenever you notice this?
When Anesta goes over to kind of investigate it a little closer, she kind of puts her hand just up to it and realizes this isn't radiating heat. And then,
Well,
but, and in some kind of further observation with some of the like high tech fancy tools we no doubt have, we find out that it is indeed actually absorbing sunlight.
yeah, whatever the Together Among the Stars version of a tricorder is, which really we get to
Yeah,
make up since literally none of this is like none of it's pre-decided. You know, they don't have any lore. We just get to make it up as we go. So, uh,
exactly.
whatever you want to call it, Anesta.
Let's see. What should be cool? Our lovely little scanning tool. Without getting a sting for copyright. Um,
It's fine. It's parody, right?
yeah, I say we call it. Mm, I say we call it the quad scanner. That's the first name that comes to my mind. The quad scanner.
Yeah, because it's totally not a tricorder. That would be
Right.
that would be getting us in trouble.
Yes. We'd have CBS on our asses.
Nobody wants that.
No.
All right. So I will have you roll for our next discovery. This will be card 2.
That is a number 5. I wish these dice. Okay, I use these dice when I play 40k, and I wish they rolled this well when I have my Grey Knights.
Yeah, it's funny because I most of the time whenever I'm playing this will use these d6s that I got from Dollar Tree because it was literally $1 for I don't know 12 d6s or something, and almost every time it's 5s and 6s, and it does not do that while I'm playing literally any other system but this. So, Ace is my literal least favorite card in this game. Diamonds are living beings. People like or unlike you, fish, dinosaurs, wolves, birds, giant insects, etc. Or if you're Beckett, it was a lot of amoebas for a while. An ace is the discovery is in a field taller than you. So, again, I've said this, I don't know how many sessions now, but pretty much every time. I don't like that it's very vague. It, could be a field that is, the plants are taller than you. It could be a field that is above your eyesight. It's just, I don't like it. It's too vague. So Sophia, what do you find in Vague Field?
Um, as far as vague field, I think that maybe sand dunes would be a good alternative.
Okay,
Assuming there isn't like an actual dice roll for sand dunes, but at least that way that they could be higher than us or
that's
lower.
true. I
Um,
mean, there is the desert, but yeah, there's not like a specific sand dune one. So, what
yeah.
sort of living creature do we find in
Well,
our desert field?
last time I was here, I went with ice wolves. That wouldn't work in a desert so much. Let me think.
I mean,
Um,
this is an alien desert, and
true.
nobody said deserts all have to be hot. Technically, I
So,
believe tundras
big
are
tundra.
typically deserts. So,
Yeah. Um, I'm gonna go a little traditional here. I'm gonna say, I could even go with a little bit of Egyptian mythology, which you might enjoy. I'm gonna say like humanoids with jackal heads.
ooh, okay,
I'm going all Anubis on this.
yeah, getting a little Stargate going on.
Yep.
Yeah. So,
Except that Artemis says we have to adopt them. So apparently we're adopting some of these.
you're the one to blame for that. Yeah. So, Sophia, do you happen to have anything to draw on? Oh, come on.
No, and my drawing skills are legendarily crap.
Hey, that's okay.
So, yeah.
Oh, see, Artemis, you've got two people against you on this. Rin's got me backed up. You're making the rules. All right. Yeah. So I don't have anything to draw on, but we do know somebody who draws a lot of stuff for the Bacteria. So, Artemis,
Ah, Artemis.
if you would draw some jackal-headed people, that would be fantastic. No pressure or anything, but you know.
Just
All
all the
right.
dots.
Okay. If you would do me a favor again, and we will roll for our next discovery.
That's a free this time.
Oh, look at that. Yeah, so this one we come upon suddenly, probably still napping, let's be real. This is 3 of Hearts. And hearts are ruins, which it says the examples they give are mysterious obelisks, vine covered temples, abandoned dwellings for people bigger than you, a wrecked spaceship, etc. And 3 is by a gentle river. So again, we're gonna keep with the Egyptian theme of this today. Um, so in this potentially cold desert, um, we find a gentle but wide river, and near it we find what looks like some sort of possible temple, and we find more of these jackal-headed creatures just wandering about. And I will have you roll for the examination.
That's a 5.
Okay. Well, at least on the examination, you can't be sleeping. So you get to record how the feature changes in some way. So, the 3 and 4 is a detail you notice. This one is how it changes.
Um,
And while you're pondering, also Artemis, I think that you still owe the little dino from several sessions ago with you and Affy. So, no rush, but like, I need to see it.
the temple has. The temple is divided into like strata, into layers,
Okay.
and occasionally one of the strata will twist 90 degrees clockwise or anti-clockwise.
Okay.
A little bit like a Rubik's cube in a way, just no vertical transformations, but sometimes you'll see the temple kind of reorients itself kind of laterally for whatever reason.
Ranger Anesta, that's kind of unusual, don't you think?
I wonder why it is doing that. Maybe it's aligning itself with a particular energy source, or so it's ritualistic in nature, given how some of the inhabitants are dressed.
Listen, Artemis, Space Hot Topic was fantastic, and you know it. Yeah. I don't think that any sort of beings like this have ever been found, at least not that I'm aware of. So I don't have any sort of way to communicate with them. But Anesta, if you have any suggestions, I'm all ears.
Hmm.
And
That's a good question.
and we will roll for our last discovery, at least for this draw of cards.
Roll a 5.
Okay.
As far as the communication angle goes, maybe we do have a universal translator, but let's just say it's maybe needs time to decipher some of their language. We need to get a few voice samples.
Yeah, I mean, so far since I've been playing this, which, I don't know. Again, since there's no official lore for this game, I'm just making it up as I go. I have not come across anything seemingly intelligent. So if there is a universal translator, it's, I would imagine, mostly pre-programmed to like languages of human people, but it is possible that maybe there are some languages that wouldn't be programmed into it. So it may have, a self-learning kind of feature. Thanks, Artemis. Let's see. So on this one, we got the 5 of diamonds. And I can't remember, did you have the last discovery? No, you had the last investigation. So
Yeah.
diamonds, again, are living beings. If we had a Babelfish ruin, that would be very helpful. And 5. Let's see. Oh, this one is in a treetop. A living being in a treetop. Let's see. I'm gonna say, just to continue with the theme, that there is essentially the whatever planet this is equivalent of the Archaeopteryx, the like early bird dinosaur thing, just sitting up in this dead tree, staring at us. And I will have you roll for our examination, Sophia.
And that's a 1.
Sorry, Artemis. 1 is draw the feature. So yeah.
Now my dice are misbehaving.
I think that somebody might disagree with you on that, but it's not me. Yeah. You don't have to, Artemis. I'm just giving you shit. But if you did, it would be neat. So.
Yeah, Artemis's art is beautiful.
You don't have to. You can say no. That is part of the rules. Oh. Yeah, Aaron, that does not sound fun at all. I know exactly who to blame for that. Thanks, Garrett and Jack. All right. So we are out of cards on this planet. We can draw new cards, or we can move on to a different planet. And Sophia, I will leave that choice to you.
I kind of enjoy this planet we're on so far. I think we've done a pretty good job establishing it. So I reckon we should draw new cards for here.
Perfect. If you would roll a d6 for me, so I can see how many cards I draw.
That's a 5.
Cool. I can count that high sometimes. All right. And if you would roll for our next discovery.
That's a 4. Also, yes, this nightmare horse scenario was Mrs. Fox. I saw that horse on Fixius.
I watched stream last night, but I don't remember a horse.
That was towards the end.
Oh, I may have fallen asleep before you guys finished. All right.
Yeah.
You said a 4?
Yeah.
Okay. So we come upon suddenly, and this is the King of Hearts. So, hearts are ruins again, and the king is floating in the air. We have not had this one in a while, so what kind of ruin do we find floating in the air? And it's probably not Mr. Ruin Ortega. Probably.
I'm going to tie this into one of our previous discoveries, which is, also probably the whole point. What we're seeing in the air, we see kind of like a diamond-shaped temple structure that has some of that obsidian crystallization on the outside of it, floating in the air. So think of like two pyramids, one right side up and one inverted, sandwiched together.
So a
just
D8.
Floating in the air. Yeah, like a D8. Just kind of floating in the air.
Giant onyx D8.
Yes. And you occasionally see, like, if you look at the previous temple we were looking at, it was aligning itself to kind of face this one mega structure in the air.
Okay. So when you say it's floating, would you say that it moves about, or is it sort of stationary, just in the air?
It's kind of stationary in the air. It's just kind of hovering there ominously.
Anesta, I think I'm starting to regret staying on this planet because that's terrifying.
If it's anything like the crystalline structure we found earlier, Bracket, that thing is probably absorbing sunlight and handing it out to the other temples. For what? I don't know, and that is what's scaring me. I hope that these individuals aren't like harboring some kind of big laser thing that's powered by sunlight. That would be a problem.
They are charging their laser.
They are charging their lasers.
All right. Well, it has these like almost invisible tendrils of energy coming out from it, like from each of the corners of it, and they seem to lead off into the distance to who knows what. So, could be a good thing, could be a bad thing. Only one way to find out. And we will roll for our third discovery.
Or was that would be? I think that was the second one.
Yeah, I don't know. I can't do math.
Yeah. But I rolled a 3 nonetheless.
Perfect. So we come upon this suddenly. And let's see, our discovery is the 7 of diamonds. So, again, diamonds, living beings of some flavor, and 7 is near a volcano. So, I think what we find here is near this volcanic activity, there's some sort of structure that these jackal-headed creatures are coming in and out of, and it appears to be where the tendril of energy, or one of them, is going to.
Mhm.
And whatever they're doing, it's not overtly threatening, but it's not the most comforting thing ever. But then again, we don't really know much about their society in general, so, Breckett's just like, I don't want to make assumptions, but maybe we should think about leaving soonish. Just a thought.
I'm right there with you on that, just in case.
Yeah. But let's just look a little further. I mean, maybe just in a different direction.
Yes, retreating is very much a magma-based crystalline structure. I'm waiting for someone in the chat to correct me on that. So, this volcano, especially with the energy tendrils and such, is also being used potentially. I see some kind of like industry at the base of it. Maybe they are forging the obsidian into particular structures or things to use.
Okay.
And maybe using geothermal energy to power the whole shebang.
And possibly solar energy, it seems like.
Yep.
All right. Well, if you would also roll another d6, we'll get our next discovery.
And that's a 6.
Okay. You know what that means. We're sleeping again.
We're sleeping.
Sleeping on the job. This time we have the 3 of clubs, which is something we have not had this time, I don't believe. So, clubs are plants and other immobile forms of life. Towering trees, carnivorous pitchers, giant ferns, glowing weeds, floating flowers, oozing mushrooms, etc. So, what kind of plant or other immobile form of life does Ranger Anesta discover?
I want to say, given the desert environment, that there are palm trees of a sort,
Okay.
but their leaves aren't necessarily green. They're more of that kind of reddy, yellowy kind of color that you might find in fall, and
Okay.
and yet they don't look like they don't look like they're ready to fall off. They're just different colored on this planet for some reason. Maybe an effect of the desert soil.
Different evolution, man.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see. So, if you would roll me another d6, because I am failing at life today, I'll tell you what my examination is.
Got a 4.
Okay. So I get to add a detail I notice about the feature. And Beckett notices all around it are these like purple cacti. And it almost seems like they pulse with energy. So he's just like, Anesta, again, do you see what I'm seeing? Or am I just about to have a heat stroke?
No, I hope you're not about to have a heat stroke. I made sure you were hydrated.
I would never hydrate. I don't know what you're talking about.
I'm staring at chat when I say that. I'm breaking the fourth wall ever so slightly. But that being said, I
Damn it,
do
Artemis.
see. Damn it, group mom. Damn it. Anyway, I do see what you're saying. Those purple cacti, sparkling with energy. Other cacti on other places have. Oh, I'll respond to that thing. I don't want to lose my train of thought. They tend to have, nutritious water. I wonder if maybe those cacti have like some kind of energy supplying subsistence in them. Try and cut one open.
Yeah, I'm gonna nose goes on that, but if you want to, you're more than welcome.
Yep.
I mean, Anesta is more than welcome if she wants to.
Oh yeah, Nessa's gonna totally try and extract one and cut it open. And after she kind of drains some of the fluid and sips it with making sure that Beckett has a medikit just in case this turns out to be freaking poison. She nods and it's like it has a faint taste of blackcurrant. Also, I feel kind of more invigorated.
Having flashbacks to Avatar: The Last Airbender right now.
Yeah, my thought was basically these. So there's a British blackcurrant drink because blackcurrant's not really an American thing because of invasive species. There's a British blackcurrant drink called Ribena that I really freaking miss, and I'm basically blending that and Monster Energy. So it's like a Ribena energy drink.
Yeah.
From these cacti.
Makes sense. Just for shits and giggles, if you would roll me another d6.
That one's a 5.
Okay. So I'm kind of homebrewing a little bit. So there, in between planets, there's roles for basically just what happens while we're traveling. And that's what I'm going to do here, even though we're not really traveling. So on this one, we would share a meal together. It says ship's rations, but in this case, it's weird, pulsing purple cacti. And it says, what was the worst part and what's the best part? So I think Breckett's just like, it does have a bit of an aftertaste. There's definitely a bit of a burn to it, but I guess it's not too bad. And Sophia, what's the best part for Ranger and Nesta?
The best part is that for Anesta is that, well, you're right. It definitely doesn't have that kind of burny kind of aftertaste. And I wonder if there might be a slightly kind of fermented or alcoholic component to it that's causing that. But it seems after our consumption of this, we are a bit more energized. It's definitely a step up from ship's rations as to keeping us on the go. Maybe we won't have to keep doing things through the night crew.
Yeah, I mean, listen, if anybody is going to do space drugs, it's the night crew.
Mm-hmm.
And it's fine. We're just doing space drugs.
Yep.
All right. So you rolled the discovery this time. If you would roll me the dice, I'll take the lead on this discovery.
That's a 6.
Perfect. What I'm going to say, because 6 is when we're sleeping, it says resting, but we're sleeping. So I think that Beckett and Anesta take some of these cacti back to the ITV Griffin, our ship that we came here on, and probably imbibe just a little too much. They get a little drunk on space cacti, um, and end up just crashing. Not the ship, just in general. Um, and we wake up. Our discovery is the Queen of Hearts. Um, let me see. Queen is in deep water, and hearts are ruins. So, we go back to the ship, we wake up, we're kind of resting. Uh, maybe Beckett has some sort of like fever dream in his sleep of something under the water and just wakes up in a cold sweat and is like, we need to go underwater. There's something there.
Okay.
And just pilots the ship um, deep under the ocean, only to find some sort of, to break with our theme for the day. This seems like it's the ruins of this very metallic looking structure, sort of like something you might see in Star Trek or Star Wars. Something that's more like high tech, but it's underwater and ruined. So, Anesta, if you would roll our examination, we'll see what we see about it.
That would be a 5.
Okay. 5 is record how the future changes in some way.
I'm gonna say that part of this structure, given water and its effects on materials, has degraded so much that it essentially breaks off and falls into the abyss.
Okay. Well, that was strange timing.
Yeah, I wonder if we need to proceed carefully and not disturb the water around it too much to prevent any more, seismic effects.
Yes, I mean, Space Rangers are supposed to be here for science, not for destroying things, so that seems fair to me. Would you roll me another d6, since I believe we are out of cards?
And that's a 2.
Perfect. Since we're getting close-ish to our hour mark, 2 gives us just enough to play a little bit more and not go too long. So, let me see. That one was my discovery, so would you roll again for your discovery, please?
And I rolled a 2. Again.
Okay. So, this one is arduous to get to. And this discovery is the Jack of Spades. So, spades are natural phenomena of some flavor. Since it's been a little bit, that was like crystal formations, mirages, etc., etc. And Jack is back in the desert. We don't stay in the water for very long. So whatever you got for our natural phenomena.
Sorry, you cut out there. You need to run another d6.
Oh no, it was your discovery, so I was just waiting
Oh.
on your description of what it is we find in the desert.
This is natural phenomena.
Mm-hmm.
Interesting. I'm not gonna say amoeba or anything crazy like that because that would just be
Well, because that would,
too dark.
and that would be a living creature.
Yeah. Hmm. Just remind me what the phenomenon one is again. Just
Yeah.
I'm drawing blanks.
So spades are natural phenomena, which the examples they give are huge crystal formations, mirages, vividly colored lightning, strange clouds, rocks eroded into strange shapes, veins of precious minerals, or whatever else you want to come up with.
That's gonna give me a good one. Okay. We're gonna go with some strange colored lightning. Between the Onyx D8 and some of the temples, and even maybe the underwater temple or underwater structure rather that we found,
And that weird crystal formation.
and the weird crystal formation, we see weird lightning dancing and arcing in a wonderful kind of Technicolor spider web between the various parts of these. Don't know if it's hostile or benign or religious in nature.
Anesta, did you happen to notice that this lightning, it seemed random at first, but it's all moving towards that floating structure.
Mm-hmm.
And it seems to be now glowing. So maybe we wrap this up pretty soon.
Yes, I would concur. I mean, again, like I say, it seems very pretty to me, but again, we don't really know if it's like benign or hostile. So we should probably get ourselves in the air sooner rather than later.
Absolutely, I concur. And to the gentle wide river, and yeah, this strange lightning intensifies to the point where Brackett's just like, we need to leave. I don't know if we'll be trapped here if we don't leave now.
I am in absolute agreement. Let's mosey. Let's go.
Perfect.
I don't want the ship getting shot down by Technicolor lightning.
Yeah, that does not seem like a good way to die.
No.
Just Alexa played dumb ways to die. Yeah, so that is the end of our adventures for today. I was gonna say something and it's gone. So I don't know. Exactly. You get it, Artemis. You get it. Yeah. So Sophia, anything you want to mention before we head out?
No, like I say, you can find me here DMing on Thursdays, about 8:30 ish. Song Crystal and Shadow is my Final Fantasy 14 and 5th edition crossover, homebrew, fun stuff. I don't think that's working yet, Artemis. Afi needs to program that, so I'll tell him myself manually. You can find me at twitch.tv/RockShipSophia. I'm currently doing a lot of variety stuff, but my main things are working on my own Final Fantasy 14 playthrough and also doing Batman Arkham City. We finally finished Asylum. Now we're into my favorite game of the entire series. So you might find me later. Or no, I'll probably be hanging out with Cedar later actually because it's birthday time. So yeah.
Oh, that's today. Yeah.
Yes, it's Cedar's birthday.
Well,
Happy birthday, Cedar.
In case I don't see you, happy birthday, Cedar. Yeah, and then I'm again Rick, Game Master for Hammer of the Gods. Find us wherever you get your podcasts. Most social media at HamPod, that's with 2 M's. Here every Saturday for the foreseeable future, except for whenever we're at GaryCon, because I love streaming, but I have other things. I think, Artemis, you could tell me. I don't remember my own schedule. Is Saturday when we're in Jair's game in the morning? I think it is. Yeah, perfect. Because we've all, except for 2 random people, signed up to be in DM Jeremy's game on Saturday morning. So I'll be there. I will also probably not be streaming on my channel on Sunday because I'll be in Todd Stashwick's game because priorities. But anyway, I don't think that we're able to raid still since I'm not connected to the chat, but we'll throw it over to the outro, and thanks everybody for coming and watching. So see you all next time.
See ya.